Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I thought I would do something fun. I've never done this before. I'm interested to see if it'll even work because I've never done this before. But today I am going to do one of those tier ranking lists. Everyone does these on YouTube. There's so many of these videos, and I finally figured out kind of how to do them, and I'm gonna see if I can figure this out and edit this properly. I thought as a start and to do my very first tier ranking video, I would rank all 60 animated Disney films. So obviously when I was kind of going through these and getting the pictures, I knew some animated ones that weren't there, so I'm not sure where this criteria lies. Obviously there's not very many sequels in here. There was one for sure sequel that I know of that's on this list. I don't know if this is theatrically released movies, because obviously there's a lot of these that came out in the 50s and 60s that I wasn't alive to know if they came out in theaters, but I know for the most part most of the time sequels don't come into theaters, so I'm thinking that's kind of where it is, because like I said, the one sequel that I do know is on this list did come to theaters. I don't know exactly what this 60 number came from, but anyway, we're going to try this out and see if I can do this / edit it. Well, I know I can do this. It's a matter of if I can edit it properly, but we're gonna see if I can figure this out and do this video, because I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, something I've never done before. Might be really long. I'll try not to go into too much detail about every single movie, because like I said, there are 60 of them, but we will try and we will see. And just keep in mind that everything I say is my own opinion. If there's a movie I list here in my bottom category and you love that movie, don't take offense to that. If you love that movie, that is fantastic. But anyway, let's see if we can figure this out and get started on this, shall we? Okay, so I have my list here. My categories are amazing, basically my absolute favorite movies ever. Then we have great, which is a great movie but not my favorite. Good, it's a good movie, I enjoy it, it's a good movie, but it's not great, it's not amazing, but it's good. Fine, you know, self-explanatory, it's fine. It's nothing I would probably put on per se, but if someone chose it, I wouldn't hate watching it. Both bad and just not good are movies I wouldn't necessarily put on or watch ever, unless the time comes in my life again where I do another Disney movie marathon. Obviously bad is just slightly better than just not good. I have all the movies loaded here at the bottom, and they're in no particular order. I'm just gonna go ahead and start placing them. So the first one is The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. It's either fine or bad. I actually really like the Adventures of Ichabod. I like that story and that short. I'm not a huge fan of Mr. Toad, so we'll put it in fine, because I do really like the Ichabod story. I think it's a fun watch on Halloween. I don't love Mr. Toad, but you know what? I remember we watched this on Halloween actually, and it was just a fun time. It was funny and stupid and we just laughed, so we're gonna put it in fine. Next we have Aladdin, and this is going into great. I love Aladdin. I think it's a really good movie. I love the music in it. I really love the live action that came out in 2019. It was actually one of my favorite movies that came out during my movie marathon. Then we have Alice in Wonderland. That's going in bad. That is such a controversial opinion. I think everyone loves Alice in Wonderland, and I just don't. I don't understand the hype around Alice in Wonderland, and I feel like there's certain movies out there like Alice in Wonderland that have just a ridiculous amount of merch everywhere, and then there's certain movies out there like Aladdin that have no merch ever. And I don't know, I'm not a fan of Alice in Wonderland at all. I've watched it several times. Every single Disney movie marathon I have, which is only 2, but still. Every time it comes up, which luckily is right at the beginning, I'm good, let's get this out of the way, because I don't like Alice in Wonderland. Now we have the Aristocats. We're gonna put this in good. I do like the Aristocats. I think it's really funny, just not my favorite. And then we have Atlantis, and this, ooh, is this good or is this amazing? You know what? I'm gonna put it in good, and here's why. I love Atlantis. It is so underrated. It is such a fantastic movie. The only thing is, For the life of me, I could never understand the ending. I never understood everything that kind of happens after they retrieve the crystal and everything. Never understood what was going on there. What the, like, I don't know, big stone things did to save Atlantis. Never quite understood what was happening at that part. For that reason, I'm going to say great, but this movie is fantastic. If you have not seen Atlantis, The Lost Empire, watch it. It is so, so, so good. The sequel is garbage. Don't watch the sequel. Next we have Bambi. This is another one that's just going into fine. It's just kind of boring in my opinion. I mean, it's adorable. Thumper is adorable, but it's never a movie that I am like, I want to watch Bambi. Beauty and the Beast. If you've seen any of my videos ever, you know where Beauty and the Beast is going. Beauty and the Beast is my all-time favorite movie. I love Beauty and the Beast. I could go on and on and on and on and on about how much I love Beauty and the Beast. If I had another category above amazing, the category would literally just be called Beauty and the Beast, and Beauty and the Beast would sit there by itself. Then we have Big Hero 6. I'm actually going to put this in amazing too. I love Big Hero 6. I think it is so good. It is sad. You cry a lot. Big Hero 6 is so good. It is so funny. It's so heartwarming. I think this is the Black Cauldron. My pictures are really tiny. I think a lot of people are gonna be mad at me, but I'm gonna put this in bad. I don't like the Black Cauldron. It's not a horrible movie. Bolt, you're gonna go in fine. Bolt is another one. It's not a bad movie, but I never really reach for it. Brother Bear, you're going right up here in amazing. I love Brother Bear, another very underrated movie. It doesn't really have songs in it, but it does have music that Phil Collins does, so I mean that right there is like extra bonus point. Then we have Chicken Little, which I'm gonna put this in fine. I like Chicken Little. My husband hates Chicken Little. He would put this in something below just not good. I think it's fine, it's silly, it's cute, it has some good lines. Just not my favorite. Cinderella, this is going in good. It's a classic. It has some good parts. I absolutely love Lucifer. I love Bruno and the mice and everything. Then we have Dinosaur. This is also gonna go in fine. I have a lot in fine. I'm shocked. Dinosaur actually has some really great scores in it. James Newton Howard did the score, and my favorite one in particular is called Across the Desert. Very, very good. Then we have Dumbo. We're gonna put him in fine as well. I hope these will stretch that I can add more because I'm running out, I have a lot more to go. I like the pink elephant scene, which is kind of controversial considering Dumbo and Timothy are drunk during that scene, but I think it's funny. I like the pink elephant scene. Then we have Encanto. This is going up in great. I really liked Encanto. I've rewatched it a few times with my nieces and nephews, and it is so cute. I really like the music in it. Another controversial opinion, I think Surface Pressure was a better song than We Don't Talk About Bruno. Then we have Fantasia 2000 as well as Fantasia. They're both right here. I'm gonna put them both in good. I really like Fantasia and I really like Fantasia 2000. I think both of them have a couple sequences that I'm not a huge fan of, but they both have sequences that I really, really love. For example, The Sorcerer's Apprentice. I personally love Nightmare on Bald Mountain. I know that's kind of spooky and scary, but I love it. I don't remember what it's called, but the Mother Nature sequence in Fantasia 2000. Then we have Frozen and Frozen 2. You know what? I'm gonna put Frozen, the first one, in good, and I'm gonna put Frozen 2 in fine. This is a controversial opinion. The more I've watched Frozen 2, the less and less I like it. And here's why. When I did my Disney movie marathon in 2019, after my marathon, I posted a whole bunch of videos, and one of the videos was ranking all of the movies that had come out during my marathon, and Frozen 2 was one of those. And I said the one thing I really didn't like about Frozen 2 was the fact that in Frozen, it's all about these two sisters who just want to be able to hang out and be sisters and be friends and all that stuff. And so they finally get the chance to do that in Frozen 2. And spoiler alert, Elsa just kind of ditches Anna. And that always rubbed me the wrong way. I don't like that about Frozen 2. And then everyone goes on and on and on about how Anna and Elsa are these great sisters that Disney has never portrayed sisters before, which is not true. We will get to some very good sisterly movies in this list here. But Elsa just straight up ditches Anna. I did not like that. Leaving the theater, I was like, what? Why? What the heck? And I just didn't like that. Honestly, the best thing about Frozen 2 is Kristoff's song, and I know a lot of people don't like Kristoff's song. I love it. I genuinely love Kristoff's song. I'm honestly disappointed that I didn't use Kristoff's song for my first dance at my wedding. Because of that, the first Frozen is good because Frozen is a good movie. There's a few things I don't love about it, but that's the same thing with every movie listed in good, and Frozen 2, you know what, it's fine. I'll watch it if like my niece wants to watch it because she loves Anna and Elsa, but for the most part, not a huge Frozen 2 fan anymore. Then we have Fun and Fancy Free. So there's a few movies on this list that I actually had to re-watch in order to make this video, and Fun and Fancy Free was one of them. And that's because there's a few movies that are just the like sequence clips, where it's just like multiple or a couple like clip shows kind of a deal. Rewatched a bunch of them. I have my notes, and so Fun and Fancy Free literally had two like really long shorts. It had Bongo the Bear, I forget if that's his name, Bongo the Bear, and then Mickey and the Beanstalk. And Bongo the Bear was fine. It was just really long. Like I was watching, I was like, this is still happening? Like what is going on in this short? I love Mickey and the Beanstalk. However, it was introduced and told. So basically Jiminy Cricket told like the Bongo the Bear story, and then Jiminy Cricket went to this like random person's house who he told the story of Mickey and the Beanstalk to a little girl, and then two ventriloquist dolls that were just creepy as can be. Why was that done? And I'll get to another one where they kind of did something similar, but it just kind of creeped me out. And I was like, hey, this is one of my favorite shorts. Why are you ruining it? Honestly, I'm going to put Fun and Fancy Free and Just Not Good. Because as much as I love Mickey and the Beanstalk, I have Mickey and the Beanstalk in other forms. Like I have all my animation classics, and I have Mickey and the Beanstalk there, and that one is told I think just like through a regular animator and not by creepy ventriloquist man. So for that reason, Fun and Fancy Free goes in Just Not Good. Then we have Hercules. Hercules is going up into great. Hercules is such a good movie. Obviously not accurate to the legends and Greek mythology at all, but we didn't ask for that. Another movie with a fantastic score and a fantastic soundtrack. My personal favorite score is the Hydra Battle. Excellent. Or Cutting the Thread. That's a really good one too. Then we have Home on the Range. I can't remember if there's a single funny moment in this movie. I honestly think the funniest thing that has ever come out of this movie was the fact that Sam and I watched this movie and then he downloaded the yodeling song from that movie, and then since then he has been obsessed with yodeling music. But other than that, I wasn't a big fan of it. I really don't like the one like main cow in it. I don't know their names or anything, but like there's 3 cows, and like kind of like the ditzy of the 3 cows is the best one. You're going in Just Not Good. And then we have the Hunchback of Notre Dame. You're also going into great. Another very underrated movie. It is also kind of dark. Jungle Book, you're going into fine. It's fine. Lady and the Tramp, you're going in good. I actually like Lady and the Tramp. The sequence with the rat scared the heck out of me as a kid. I love the story of how when Jim Deere gave Lady to Darling, Lady was in a hat box. I love that because that's actually how Walt Disney gave his wife a puppy when they were married, was he put it in a hat box and gave it to her, and I think that's really cute. Okay, Lilo and Stitch, this is what I'm talking about. This movie shows sisters, like really good real life sisters. I love Lilo and Nani's relationship. Like I think it's very true to like real sisters, that they fight and then 10 minutes later they're like all good and all that stuff. I think that's really true. And also like Nani is an 18-year-old who had the chance of basically being, I don't know if surfing is in the Olympics, but like a world-class surfer, and gave it all up because her parents died and she had to raise her sister. I just think that is so cute. It is so amazing. She like doesn't go on dates with David, who is also a fantastic character. With all of that being said, I don't like Stitch. Obviously Stitch has some funny moments, but I personally love everything that happens with like Lilo and Nani and David more so than anything else. So Lilo and Stitch, as much as like I think Stitch is very overdone nowadays, like everything has a friggin' picture of Stitch on it. Despite all that, I think I'm gonna put Lilo and Stitch into good because I love a lot of it, but the main plot of it is Stitch. Actually, you know what? I lied. I'm going to put Lilo and Stitch in great because the movie itself is great. There's a lot about it that is really, really fantastic. What I don't like about Lilo and Stitch is just the over consumption of Stitch merchandise that has come out of this movie. Little Mermaid, you're also going in great. Little Mermaid is fantastic. Okay, Make Mine Music. This is another one I had to rewatch. Make Mine Music had Peter the Wolf, Casey at the Bat, and the Whale Who Wanted to Sing at the Met. I love Peter and the Wolf. Again, terrified me. But I love Peter and the Wolf. I watch it and just giggle my head off because it is so adorable. Besides like the wolf being terrifying. Casey at the Bat is really good, but the entire time I was watching it, all I wanted was a Disneyland corn dog, and then I got really hungry. And then the Whale Who Wanted to Sing at the Met is just sad. It's just sad. And honestly, no one knows about this short. Like, Make Mine Music wasn't on Disney Plus. I have a physical copy of it, so that's how I had to watch it. But it's not on Disney Plus, so I feel like not a lot of people know about it, which is also sad because, like I said, Peter and the Wolf is amazing. And also in Disney World, Mickey's PhilharMagic, they have posters, and one of the posters is of the whale from The Whale Who Sang at the Met. And no one knows who that is because it's like from this short that no one knows about because it's not on Disney Plus, and I don't know why, because there's another one coming up that has way more like culturally controversial stories. And I feel like these ones are actually pretty tame in comparison to some of those. So I don't know why it's not on Disney Plus. I really like Make Mine Music. I'm not a fan of these types of movies, so we're gonna put him into fine because I do like Peter and the Wolf. Peter and the Wolf is great. And if I had to choose any of these other movies to put on, like if someone said watch one of these movies with me, I'd put on Make Mine Music. So he's going in fine. Then we have Winnie the Pooh. I think this is the original, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. He's going in good. I like Winnie the Pooh. Meet the Robinsons. Great. So funny. Then we have Melody Time. Melody Time is what I was talking about when I talked about Make Mine Music. Melody Time has a gazillion shorts. It has Once Upon a Wonderland, Bumble, Johnny Appleseed, Little Toot, a short about a tree, Blame It on the Samba, and then Pecos Bill. So many shorts. Like, this movie was literally an hour and 16 minutes, and that's how many shorts are in this. This was another one that randomly had like a bit of live action in it. So before the Pecos Bill story, which also there's a Pecos Bill restaurant in Walt Disney World, and I didn't know that that is where Pecos Bill came from, so now we know. Before that short started, it was like live action, like real people being like, why do the coyotes howl? Oh, because of Pecos Bill. Who's Pecos Bill? And then also randomly the Samba story in it had Donald and Jose from the Three Caballeros, but not Panchito, so I was like, where the heck is Panchito? And also the bird from the Three Caballeros. I forgot what the bird is called, but the really annoying one. So anyway, Melody Time, you're going into Just Not Good, along with your friend Fun and Fancy Free. Again, I don't understand why that one made it onto Disney Plus, but Make Mine Music did it. Moana's going into good. It's good. I like Moana. Actually, I really like everything about Moana except Moana. She's really whiny and annoying. But I love Maui, I love Hey Hey, I love the story, I love the songs. I just not a big fan of Moana. Mulan is also going to go into good. Good movie, great music. Oliver and Company, also going into good. 101 Dalmatians, also going into good. I'm running out of room and good. Peter Pan, he's going into fine. Not my favorite movie. Peter Pan is up there with like Alice in Wonderland in the sense that I feel like people live or die for Peter Pan. Like, I have a friend who is on YouTube here, and her YouTube is second star to the right. She has a Peter Pan tattoo, all that stuff. I feel like people are like ride or die for Peter Pan, and I like it definitely more than Alice in Wonderland, but it's just not my favorite. I wouldn't put it on unless like someone else was like, let's watch Peter Pan. Pinocchio, you're going into bad. Pinocchio's kind of scary. Let's be honest. Pocahontas, despite its like cultural inaccuracies, I'm gonna put it in good. I do like Pocahontas. I like the music in it, and I think it's a good movie. Oh, here's another sequel. I forgot about this. Ralph Breaks the Internet. You are also going to go into... You're gonna go in good. I liked Ralph Breaks the Internet. Raya and the Last Dragon, you're also gonna go into good. That's another newer Disney movie along with Encanto. I think that was the most recent animated before Encanto. I liked Raya and the Last Dragon. Obviously, I liked Encanto more, but I really liked it. I really liked that they got like all Asian actors to do the voices, obviously besides Alan Tudyk, who just did the voice of the beetle. The animation is beautiful. Oh, another sequel. I obviously was not paying attention. Now we have The Rescuers Down Under. You're gonna go in good. I like the rest. Oh, no, not fine. Here. Rescuers Down Under. You're good. And then we have Robin Hood. I actually just rewatched Robin Hood with my nieces and nephew. And it is actually really cute. I like Robin Hood, so we're gonna put him in good as well. Salutos Amigos. This is similar to the Three Caballeros in the sense that it's kind of like a little bit of a mix between animated and live action. It's very much just like learning about basically South America. It was fine. It randomly had a story about a plane that I don't know what that had to do with South America. To be completely honest, I would more likely watch the Three Caballeros than Salutos Amigos because the Three Caballeros actually has like the Three Caballeros. Similar to Melody Time, this one had Donald and Jose from the Three Caballeros, but not Panchito. So again, I was lacking that Panchito. It had a goofy short. That was fun. We're just gonna put it in bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's not great. Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty is good. It's a classic. I wouldn't say it's great though. It does have some funny lines that you just kind of have to be listening to. We're gonna put Sleeping Beauty in good. And then we have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the very first animated feature ever. I've got to give it props there. I'm honestly though gonna put it in fine because I don't ever think I reach for it. Again, only if a friend wants to watch it or if I'm doing a Disney movie marathon. Sword in the Stone. I don't think a lot of people like this movie, but my friend and I love The Sword in the Stone. Like, we constantly quote it and talk about it. When we went to Disneyland, we did bounds as Merlin and Madame Mim. I have a Madame Mim pin and a Merlin pin actually on my pin board, which nobody knows, especially Madame Mim. I was shocked to see a Madame Mim pin. Merlin is still very underrated in the sense that you don't see a lot of stuff for Merlin, but Madame Mim especially, you never see anything for. And I am on the hunt for a Wart and an Archimedes pin. That is my goal in life. I do have an Archimedes Tsum Tsum in my car back when Tsum Tsums were a thing. And I actually think he's Friend Owl from Bambi, but I pretend he's Archimedes because I love Archimedes. Anyway, The Sword in the Stone, you are going in amazing. I love The Sword in the Stone. Tangled, you are also going in amazing. I love Tangled. I think it is so much better than Frozen, in my opinion. But I think the voice acting is amazing. The songs are so good. Like, obviously the songs in Frozen are really good too, but just the songs in Tangled are so good. I'm just on a roll here with amazing because Tarzan is also going into amazing. Tarzan is one of my favorite movies. I could watch Tarzan and listen to the soundtrack over and 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 over again and never get bored. I freaking love Tarzan. I think it is such a good movie. The animation is so incredible. The songs are incredible. It is fantastic. It's not as underrated as some movies like, say, Sword in the Stone or Brother Bear, but it's definitely still pretty underrated. Just recently, can you meet Tarzan in Animal Kingdom? For the longest time, there was no anything to do with Tarzan anywhere. I know they have Tarzan's treehouse in Disneyland, but that's about it. The Emperor's New Groove. You're also going into amazing. Another very underrated film that, again, everyone talks about, and everyone, like, especially people in, like, the Disney community, they talk about it and they love it, but again, no merch for it. Nothing. Where the heck is all the Yzma merchandise? I want a shirt that says pull the lever Kronk. Why does that not exist in Disneyland? I actually read something, I think I read it or maybe saw it on TikTok. They just very much made up the script to The Emperor's New Groove as they went along. And there's the scene in it that Yzma and Kronk get like shocked by lightning and they just like fall, and then Cusco and Pacha get to the lab before them. Well, they think they do, but then Yzma and Kronk are there and they're like, haha. And they're like, how did you get here before us? And when they were writing the script and like developing this movie, they got to that part and then they were like, wait, yeah, how did they get here before them? And then everyone's like, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense, but let's just go with it. And that's literally what they did in the movie, was Kronk pulled out this chart out of nowhere. He was like, by all means, it makes no sense. And it's so funny that they just like rolled with it. We're like, we acknowledge the fact that this makes no sense, but let's keep going. Just so good. I love this movie so incredibly much, and me and my friends literally quote it all the time. Then we have The Fox and the Hound, which is a very, very sad movie. Holy smokes. I found myself snuggling the heck out of my dog after watching The Fox and the Hound one time. You're gonna go in great. I mean, it's one of those ones, it's kind of like Inside Out or something, where I have to be in a mood to watch it. Like Inside Out, if I did a Pixar list. Ooh, I should do a Pixar list. Fox and the Hound is similar to Inside Out in the sense that I love it. It is one of my favorite movies, but I very much have to be in a mood to watch it because I know I'm gonna cry. Similar to Inside Out. Then we have The Great Mouse Detective. I'm gonna put this in just not good. I'm kidding. I said that specifically because I know one of my best friends in the world, Tori, you watch my videos, and The Great Mouse Detective is your favorite movie of all time. I'm kidding. I am absolutely kidding. I know a lot of people would probably put it there. Honestly, it is so underrated. It is actually Sam's favorite movie as well. You're gonna go up into great. It's so funny. Ratigan is the most over-the-top villain that ever existed. I love it. It is so freaking good. The Lion King is there anywhere else it belongs besides amazing. The Lion King is a perfect movie. Princess and the Frog, you are also going to go into amazing. I think Princess and the Frog is kind of underrated in the sense that I feel like people didn't give it much of a chance because it was like the first movie where Disney was trying to like re-become what they were before, in the sense of hand-drawn animated films with like music and songs and all of these things. And I feel like because of that, a lot of people didn't give it a chance. I didn't give it a chance. I didn't see this movie in theaters, and I am very mad at myself for not seeing it in theaters because it is so good. The music is so good. I love the storyline. Also, one of my favorite villains of all time. The Shadow Man is one of my favorite villains ever. The original Rescuers. Where did I put Rescuers Down Under? Rescuers Down Under isn't good, and I think The Rescuers is going to follow suit, and you are also going to sit into good. It's good. Not one of my favorites. I do remember as a kid, there was one part of that movie that my brother and I rewound over and over and over and over and over again because it just made us laugh so hard. Then we have The Three Caballeros. You're gonna go in fine. Literally the only reason The Three Caballeros doesn't go into bad with like Salutos Amigos is because one, I remember watching the crap out of that movie when I was a kid, so it has like that nostalgia-ness for me, but also it actually has The Three Caballeros. It has Donald and Jose and Panchito, which also they are in the new DuckTales, which is just like hilarious, and I lost my mind when I saw that. I mean, there definitely are some scenes in it that are kind of like oh, okay. But I do really like it. I like the short with the penguin, which again has nothing to do with South America or The Three Caballeros or anything. I like the short where Donald is learning about all the different birds and stuff, especially the one super annoying bird. He's my favorite. Again, though, not one that I would ever be like, movie night, what are we gonna put on? I know, The Three Caballeros. Yeah, that'll never happen. Treasure Planet is really good. Is he good or is he great? I'm gonna put him in good. I do really like Treasure Planet. Again, has some really great music. I'm Still Here and Always Know Where You Are. Two very well done songs. Then we have the newer, I don't remember what year this came up with, the newer Winnie the Pooh. This one is good too. We're gonna put him in good with his other Winnie the Pooh friend. You know what, I haven't really watched this in a while. I haven't watched it since my marathon, but it does have some really funny moments, so I'll give it that. Wreck-It Ralph, you're going in amazing. I love Wreck-It Ralph so much. It is so good. I saw that I think like 5 times in theaters. Another movie that makes me cry multiple times throughout. It is so good. I love Wreck-It Ralph. And then the very last movie on this list, we have Zootopia. And Zootopia is going to go into great. I really like Zootopia. I think it is so well done. It tackles a lot of topics that you would never think be talked about. The voice acting in it is really well done. I've heard rumors of a sequel. I would not be opposed to a sequel, especially if they can get all the same actors again, because I think Jason Bateman as Nick Wilde is just like top-notch casting. There is my list. We have quite a few in amazing, great. We have a lot of in good, a few in fine, and just a couple in bad, just only 3 in just not good. Okay, so anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too long. I know I've had to stop recording a couple times, so that makes me worried how long this video is actually going to be. But anyway, now I'm going to turn this off and figure out if I can edit this. Obviously, if you're watching this, I did get it figured out, so it's all good. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and let me know down below if you did like this video, or give it a like to let me know if you liked it, and then maybe I'll do this again, but with like Pixar films or something like that. I know I would really enjoy to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, I would love it if you would like and subscribe. I post new videos every single Friday, and I'd love to have you here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you later. Bye, everybody.